Hi, I am Dr. Gurmeet Singh Narang from Tavleen Foundation, India's only eternal happiness organization. I am an international speaker on happiness and life, delivered more than 1500 talks on happiness and life. I have written 7 books on happiness and working on mission happiness of Tavleen Foundation. I am member of Della's Leaders Club Indore chapter and its Global Happiness Committee. I was blessed with a beautiful family and I was running a steel industry for my bread and butter. One day on 8th of April 2001, when I was going to my industry in the morning 7:30 a.m., my son came to me and asked me to play cricket with him. He was just 4 years old, but I was in rush to move to my industry and I thought I will play in the evening with him, and I asked my wife to take him inside. So he was crying, but I left my home. The whole day I was in my work. So on that day when I came back in night around 8:30 or 9 p.m., I found my daughter and my son were sleeping. So me and my wife had dinner, and after that I was watching news on television. The sound of my son crying from bedroom came and my wife rushed to bedroom. He called me and asked, "My son has severe stomach ache." Although we were trying to contact the doctor, but the pain was very severe. So we rushed to hospital. After reaching to hospital, doctors immediately took my son Simar to ICU. We were sitting outside for hours and hours, and around 2:30 a.m., one doctor came and told me that we are sorry we could not save your son. We were shocked to hear this news. This was my first loss, which I experienced in the age of around 28 years of my life. He was no more, so me and my wife were highly shocked with this incident. After 2 years, due to this shock, I lost my wife because she had acute kidney failures. And then I and my daughter Tavleen were alone, looking towards the God, what has done with us. So one day, when Tavleen was around 7 years old, she asked me, she is remembering her mother and her brother so much. So it was the routine for me to take care of my daughter. I became the mother and father of my daughter. At the age of 13 years, one day she complained me pain in her right knee. I took her to the doctor. Doctor asked for the investigations and doctor told me she is having bone cancer. So it was horrible for me that I have left with only one daughter and now we both are going to face huge suffering in life. So after struggling for continuously 2 years in Tata Memorial Hospital, Mumbai, in the end I lost my cute daughter. Now in this world I was alone and I went in deep depression and darkness of life and continuously complaining to God, what you have done with me. After living life 6 months in deep depression, one night when I was looking at the picture of Guru Nanak, not talking anything, just in silence. I thought I am receiving something, some strength from him. And he was telling me, my dear son, I have taken your biological family, but I am giving you the real family to live in this world. I asked, what is that real family? He said, you created your own family in this world. But the family I am going to give you will remain whole time with you. I said, what is that? He said, forgiveness is your mother, contentment is your father, patience is your daughter, compassion is your sister, true love is your son, and one God is your spouse. I decided in that night only to work for the people who are suffering in their lives or have lost their loved ones in their life. So I started a foundation, Tawleen Foundation, in memory of my daughter. Now it has become a worldwide organization which is working in the field of eternal happiness. People worldwide say me man of happiness from India. Moving from this journey of 11 years of suffering, I converted it to journey of happiness. I started reading our granthas and try to get that wisdom from which I can live life alone and understand the life's truths and realities. When you understand the life's truths and realities, you cannot be sad in your life. You will always be happy. Because happiness is our state of mind, and it is that calmness of our mind through which we can become a part of totality, eternity, or the whole. And when you become the part of eternity in your life, you forget about the sorrows, the grief, the sadness, and you become happy person in life. God has sent you in this world for some time to enjoy the vacations, because this earth is not a permanent house of ourselves. It is just a resting place where we have come to rest for some time. Our destination is somewhere else. So, my dear friends, this is a journey. This life is a journey, and we are travelers. In this life, during your journey, some co-passengers join our journey, but we don't know when they will leave us or when we will leave them. So, considering this universal truth of life, that we are impermanent in nature here on this earth, we should live life with a higher purpose of life. When my beautiful and cute 3 members of my family were not with me, I was happy. When they were with me, I was happy. When they have left with me, then I thought, why I should be unhappy. That period of 11 years with my family was just like a dream, and you all know that dreams never come true. Our life is a dream also. At that night, when I given a thought process after losing my family members, a question raised in my mind, why I am here in this world? What I should do with my own life? Should I finish my life or continue? When you lose your loved ones, continuing of life is very difficult. But I got higher purpose in life. I found myself, I must live for the people to carry a baggage of happiness, spreading it to everyone, those who need or those who doesn't need. I came to this world to learn something, to share something, to give something. And these are the attributes of getting happiness in life. When you learn something, you become a student. When you share something, you feel a bliss. So giving, sharing and learning became my process of life. Then I started writing books, giving speeches, sharing my stories, and I started talking to people who have lost their loved ones in their lives. So my dear friends, if you want to be happy in life, first thing is accept. Accept whatever you are facing in your life, what you are struggling with. I never lost my peace during those 11 years of my suffering. I educated myself from those sufferings. I saw a light from every wound which was on my mind after suffering and demise of my family members. When we see the light in the wounds, the wisdom enters our in selves and we get eternal happiness in life. So it was my story in short. I hope you will find it inspirational for you and those, particularly those who have lost their loved ones. Friends, walk with me on the path of love, joy and happiness. I will take to you in the world of eternal happiness.